Hi folks, so today on my vlog I'm going to be talking about Mental Health Awareness Week. I'm going to be doing an unboxing, I'm going to read out a couple of poems, and I'm also going to unbox something which I've had through from one of my testing companies, which I will now do first. It's unusual for me to do this, but I'm going to. See that? Bnext. I don't know if you see there. Yeah, you can look. It's a gaming headset. And I was on Facebook last night when a message popped up on my screen asking me if I wanted to test one. Well, of course, I thought it was a con, you know, because most things on Facebook are a con. So I thought in for a penny, in for a pound, and I messaged them, and they asked me, would I be prepared to buy it on Amazon, and then they would refund me the money. And I thought, sounds a bit too good to be true. But I thought, you know, why not? I'll have a go. I'll have a go with anything, really. Anyway, I ordered it last night. It came today, and they actually put the money back into my account today. And what's lovely about it is, I've been communicating with them for quite a bit today, to be honest with you, on about the products and stuff. And inside, there's a card that says thank you. But what I didn't know was this. It says, dear valued customer, I'm very delighted to let you know that for each online product that we sell, we donate one of our toys to orphans, so you just made another kid somewhere very happy. So by me having this and testing it, the Bnext VR headset, Bnext it's called, the company, I've actually managed to get a toy for somebody, a child, that, you know, because I've bought something. Anyway, what comes is this. Your VR headset. I haven't even took it out of the box properly yet, to be honest. It's, as you can see, it says Bnext there. This I did test out. It's me with my fingers, they're not very good, I'm afraid, sorry. Alright, there's obviously, I'll hold it that way, your slot where you put your phone, and the good thing is it's got an expander, so you can put any phone in it, and then all you do basically is, when I get it right, is put it back in, like that. Once you've got your phone in, you've got your two viewing goggles there. Look, I told you it's new, didn't I? I haven't even peeled the stuff off yet. I'm just going to do it now. There's one. There's two. This will be quite amusing because you're going to see me try this on, and I've not actually tried it on yet, so this will be different. I'm just going to undo the Velcro strap. Bear with me 1 second. There you go. One Velcro strap unboxed. Now I will take my glasses off, and I will put it on. And there, of course, we have, you know, all the bits, whatever, that go with it. When I can find the buttons. I'm not very good at stuff like this. There you go. Anyway, I can see through that now, so that's pretty good. Even with my glasses on, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare, but I might have a try. But yeah, it came, and it was £36, you know, which is a fair amount, you know, but not compared to some of the more ridiculously, stupidly expensive ones. But yeah, it was $35.99, and they literally put the money back in my account within 12 hours, and I hadn't even received the item. So I said I would do a review for it. Now, this is not a paid review. I'm not paid anything for it. I'm not sponsored. I'm not doing anything. I'm only recommending it because I wonder whether, you know, people might be interested. You know, you've got a little what's it there as well to tell you that you can, you've got a gold warranty replacement sent to your door. All you have to do is activate the warranty on it, and they will send a brand new replacement to your door if you have any problems. But like I say, the company's called Bnext, and you can look them up online. I'll put the web address underneath this video. But I'm going to try them out, and then I'll do a bit more footage and let you know how it goes. So, as you can see, this is what it looks like on. It's very comfortable. It's got an adjustable strap at the back. Like I say, it's very, very comfortable, and only I'm doing it even wearing glasses. So, yeah. You've seen it all now. We've got the comfort, you've seen the actual pictures, and this is that's the product. And like I say, look, it stays there. You haven't got to worry about it sliding or slipping or anything. It's very comfortable. Free movement of the head. Easy to put your phone in. There, where I can get the thing out. There, look. Put your phone in there, and then job's a good one, and you're going to see it now because I'm going to show you the game. So here we go, folks. Sit back and enjoy. I've just done this myself and I've been able to film it so you can actually see. This is the VR headset that I had today. And like all good fairground rides, you go over and woof, you're back down. And this is the using the headset. I've actually used my webcam to record this off the headset. I think it's absolutely fantastic, to be honest with you. I've only just done this. This is the first thing I've done VR. I've never done VR before, but yeah. This is the virtual roller coaster ride. And this is using the Bnext headset. And I think it's brilliant, I really do. Something I can have a lot of fun with. I mean, it's just a bit of entertainment. It's nothing, you know, it's nothing massive. It's nothing that's going to hurt your eyes or nothing, because it's just virtual reality. It's not augmented. So, yeah. There you go. That was the first ride. You've just been around one of the roller coasters. Hope you enjoyed the trip. So yeah, as you can see, lots of fun to be had with a VR headset. Like I said, I got it to try. I've tried it. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the fact, you know, the roller coaster thing's good. I'll be doing all the things and finding out different things on it. But yeah, so that's that. It's just like a little thing I wanted to show you. If you get a chance, go on to bnext.com. They're always looking for volunteers and people to test their products. So go for it. Oh folks, time for another unboxing, and today we have got the Zbox for May 2020. And I'll show you what little goodies we've got in this today. As anybody who watches my vlogs knows, you always get a t-shirt, and this month's t-shirt is actually a really cool one. It's Aquaman. If you've seen the film, I haven't yet. It's very good, nice and colourful, nice and large. Always get XL. Have to when you're my size, you know what I mean. Yeah, nice t-shirt. Good t-shirt. Second item. These are funny actually. These are a collectible thing called tikis, and what they are basically, they're a little tiki model. You know the tiki masks that you can buy, and they're all the different characters, but you can stack them, so you can buy as many as you want and stack them. And I've got Batman. Sorry, that way. I've got Batman. Tiki's Batman. As you can see. That's the second item. Third item. A pack of playing cards, but they're not just playing cards. Anybody will know this if they see they're called quints. They're actually Jaws playing cards. I don't know what they're like inside. I've not a clue. I haven't opened them. But hopefully they've got sharks on them. You never know, do you? Yeah, quints. Shark Charter. They're actually from the film Jaws. I'll hold it lower because the light's shining on it. They are quints. So a pack of playing cards. And the fourth thing is another figure. And I've also got this one. So I've actually got 3 out of the first 4 that they've sent me. And this one is the DC Bombshell of Mary. As you can see there, you can see it with a thingy, trident. And because I've already got this one, I can actually show you. Whoops, hold on a moment. That's in the box, and that's out the box. You can see a lot of detail on it. I'll bring it close. A lot of detail, real lot of detail on it. Look at the even detail on the shoes. Look, and they're all standing on bombs because they are the DC Comics bombshells. So that is my box, the Zbox for May 2020. So it consists of a figure, a tikis, a pack of Jaws playing cards, and a t-shirt. Now I personally know that them figures are £25 each. I know this because I bought them. They're £25 each. The tikis, they're about a tenner. So that's 35. The cards probably 5, 6, maybe £7. That's 42, and the t-shirt 15. That's £57. And I got this for $16.99. So I'm getting it for literally almost a quarter of the value of what's inside the box. If anybody's interested, go on to zavvi.com, sign up to the Zbox subscription. You know, feel free. I don't get paid, or I'm not being paid to promote this or nothing, so don't think I am, because I'm not. I'd have a job, I can't even get it back in the box. This is one time where I wish my hands worked better, you know. So that is the Zbox for May 2020. I haven't had my Threads box for May yet, but once I've got that, I'll do an unboxing as well. Bye for now. Right, so I wanted to talk to you because this week is Mental Health Awareness Week, and a lot of people who've known me all my life will know that I didn't used to be the way I am now. I used to be very lively, very bubbly, laugh of the party. If anybody had a party, they invited me because they knew I'd have everybody laughing and in his stitches, and I was very sociable and very outgoing. And I think what changed me was the condition I've got. The condition I've got made me look at my life and realise all the things I could no longer do, and it sent me into a really bad whirl of depression and anxiety. And I've had this a few times in my life now. When I was at school, I was bullied very badly, so I suffered with a lot of anxiety issues there and depression, and I tried to find out an escape through laughter. If I could do something to make people laugh, even if it hurt me, I still did it, just to make people laugh and like me. Then that all disappeared, and I left school and went into work, and I was quite happy. And then I met my first wife, and I was happy then first, and then she started to both physically and mentally abuse me, put me down, slag me off to people, tell lies about me, and that again, I went into a bad bout of depression and anxiety. I was taking a lot of pills back then, doing a lot of stupid stuff I shouldn't have done. But the thing is about anxiety and depression is, hang on, it's all right, somebody's trying to ring me. The thing is about anxiety and depression is it hits you quite quickly. You don't feel it slowly coming on you, and I didn't anyway. One day I was okay and doing all right, and then the next thing, for some strange reason, I didn't feel right about myself at all. I started hating myself. I started wishing I wasn't here. I didn't like who I was, what I was doing, where I was. I didn't like anything about it. And though people were trying, you know, Deb was brilliant, she was fantastic for me, but I couldn't get out of it at all, and I knew it was weighing me down and weighing me down. And then of course I couldn't play snooker, I couldn't play pool, darts. I had to give it all up, and I think it came on me really, really bad that all of a sudden I couldn't do all this stuff. And I went to see the doctor, and within 5 minutes I was an absolute wreck. I was literally, everything came out of me. It literally just poured out of me, and I've never done that before like that. It was horrendous, it really was. It was like I'd got the weight of the world on my shoulders, and there didn't seem to be anything I could do about it. I went to see a specialist, and the first thing she did was completely back to front. She had me doing stupid exercises and things that did absolutely nothing for me, and with me having a physical condition as well, they didn't help me in one bit. And I know what it's like to suffer with mental health issues, anxiety and depression, and it's not a nice thing. It really isn't, because people seem to think, and I know a lot of people who think this, that all you need is a kick up the backside and somebody to say, oh, just pull yourself together. And one of the best ones I heard was somebody on the internet, some stupid YouTuber, who claimed that if you were anxious and depressed and suffering with really, really bad depression, just go for a walk and you'll be fine. Just go for a walk. It's like, you're joking me. I felt like walking off the end of a cliff. I wouldn't have been bothered. And this is one thing which used to happen, is I used to dream bad dreams, nasty dreams, horrible dreams. But instead of coming away from danger, I went into danger. Now sometimes I would dream that I was lying in bed and somebody came in with a big knife, right? Now instead of doing what most people do in dreams and defending themselves and fighting the guy off, I actually just lay there and offered my throat up like that, as if to say, just cut my throat. And several times he did. In my dream, several times he did cut my throat in my dream. And other dreams I dreamt of killing my own family, which I hadn't even fallen out with my family, so I don't know where that come from either. Anxiety, my anxiety is terrible. I can't be around more than 3 or 4 people now. I just can't. I crack up. I just can't. It feels like everybody is there and they're staring at me and they're judging me and they're humiliating me, and if they laugh, I think they're laughing at me, and it's a horrible, horrible feeling. And you don't feel like yourself at all, and no matter what people do to try and help you, it doesn't seem to work. I've had to go onto medication for mine, and it's helping a bit. It's keeping me a bit calmer, but I still get anxious. I still get really anxious when, if say I know that people are coming into our house, I have to go into another room. I can't stay in the same room as them. I can't even stay in the same room as my own family. If there's more than 2 or 3 of them, I have to leave the room. I very recently, in March actually, February, March, we went for a couple of family meals, and I felt so bad. I really did. I didn't feel part of it at all. I felt like I just wanted to disappear into nothing. If this all started, and I think the first time I noticed it really, really badly was my sister's wedding last year. My sister got married in May last year, and I went along and went to the ceremony. And at the reception, I'm normally one of those who's up and dancing around with the kids and prattling about and stuff and making them all laugh and giggle. I sat in a corner. I couldn't come out of that corner. I didn't feel a part of it. I didn't feel like I should have been there. I just wanted to walk home. And yet, bear in mind, I was in Stoke at the time, and I live in Blackpool. And I was quite happy. I'd have walked 140 miles. I didn't mind. I'd have done anything just to get out of there. I stayed outside quite a bit, just leaning on the wall, talking to relatives and stuff, but I could not be in a room full of people. It made me feel literally like, it just made me feel sick. I felt nauseous and really, really bad. After they do, me, my wife, Deb, and Ian and Pauline, our 2 best friends, went back to our Premier Inn, and that was all right. That was fine, because there was 4 of us, and I was in control of the situation. I knew what was going on. I knew who was there, why they were there, blah, 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 and I was fine with that. But when people are there and I'm not expecting them, or I don't want them to be there, then it's a nightmare. And I've had to learn to live with that. I can't do much about it. I can't get over it at all. I've tried all sorts of different things. But I can't. It's not happening at all. It's not getting worse, but it's not getting any better. I have really, really bad nights where sometimes I'll wake up 7 or 8 times in a night after having really bad dreams, and I'll wake up and then I'll go back to sleep, then I'll wake up, then I'll go back to sleep, then I'll wake up, and some nights are really horrible. I'll wake up in the morning and Deb will know just by looking at me, and if I've had a really, really bad night, and I won't be very talkative, and she understands. She's brilliant. She leaves me to my own devices. The worst thing when you suffer with anxiety, I find anyway, is when people are constantly asking you if you're all right. Because when I was at a meal, my sister's meal, I was just up the corner and I was sitting there just myself, just calming myself down, and I could hear my sister all the time in the back of my head going, "Are you all right? Is he all right, Deb? Is he all right, Deb?" And it was getting to me really bad, and I thought, just leave me alone, leave me alone. And Deb kept saying, "He's absolutely fine," because she knew that when I'm like that, I just want to be left alone. I don't want people asking how I am every 5 minutes. I am who I am and what I am. And while I've been in that kind of frame of mind, I've written some really, really dark poems. Some poems which are about suicide. I've read poems about what's the point in life? Why am I even here? If I died tomorrow, who the hell would know me? That kind of thing. And it's really bad. And mental health is something that we tend to shy away from. We see it and go, "Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that." Or you lock it away. It's easy to say that somebody is feeling ill when they've got mental health problems, or they are not themselves. But you raise the term mental health problems in front of anybody, and they immediately think you're a psycho who should be in an asylum because you're going around killing people or something. It isn't like that. Mental health is a real serious issue, and I know how serious it is now. I really do, because I suffer with it. Whereas before I used to look at it and think, I wonder what they're going through. Now I know what they're going through. I've got relatives that have been like this for a fair few years now. They suffer with depression really bad, and they've had to learn to live with it, and the people who love them have had to learn to live with it as well. And it's best if you just treat us as normal people. Don't try and treat us as if we're sort of like 4-year-old kids, and that we need pampering, and that we need petting every 5 minutes and reassuring, because we do what we do. A lot of people, such as myself, have got an active imagination, and what I tend to do is I go off. I disappear into new realms. I go into different worlds, all sorts of things. And I was told by my specialist not last year, the year before, that I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to face what was in front of me, and smell the flowers, and enjoy everything about life, and do all that. But it's not always that easy, and sometimes I don't want to. Sometimes I do want to lock myself in a little bubble. Now, I'm very, very talkative, as you can tell from doing these vlogs, but whereas before I would literally go on the phone and talk 7-8 hours a day if people wanted to phone me, I would rattle to them for 8 hours a day. Sometimes now I would look at the phone when it rings and go, I can't do that, I don't want to talk. I can't do it. Something inside me says, you can't do this, you don't want to talk. And it gets to that stage now quite a lot, where the phone goes and I look at the number, and I don't care who it is, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying there's certain people who I ignore, because there isn't. Some days it'll be my mum, and I'll just say, oh, I can't, no. Paula, my sister, no, can't do that. Friends, no. Sometimes I just can't do it, And fair enough, a lot of them now, in fact all of them now, are very understanding. Whereas before they used to say, why didn't you pick the phone up, and where were you? Were you doing something? And I used to say, no, I was actually sitting at my computer when the phone went. Why didn't you answer it? Because I didn't want to. That's plain and simple. I can't answer it anyway. I didn't feel able to. Because if I answer the phone, people are going to expect a conversation. Now, if I'm not very talkative, they're going to have a conversation that consists of, yeah, no, all right, yeah. And that's unfair on them, as well as myself, because I'm putting myself through something I don't need to put myself through. So, yeah, mental health anxiety, mental health awareness, which is obviously what this week is a big thing for me. It really is a big thing for me. And I want people to look at the person who they think is the best friend and look for signs, because they're not always. You've got to really be close to somebody to notice the signs. You've got to know that person. You could be walking down the street and see somebody with a big smile on the face walking past you, and you think, oh, there's the happiest person in the world. He could be on suicide row, mate. You do not know. You cannot tell a depressed person or somebody with social anxiety by looking at them. It doesn't show on the face. It doesn't show that, depression lives here or anxiety hangs around here. It doesn't do that. So you've got to really, really concentrate and be aware of what people are like and how they are. And I've got a lot of good support around me. I've got friends, family that really understand me. And they know when I want to be left alone. They know when I need to be left alone. They understand. Some took longer than others, don't get me wrong. Some took a long time to come to terms with it. I don't think my mum has quite still got her head around the fact that her son that she used to know, although it's still me, I'm not the same person anymore. I used to go up there and I'd have her in hysterics. I would have her laughing at jokes and stuff and doing stupid things and telling her tales of things and making her giggle. And now, sometimes I'll go up there, I'll have a cup of tea, I'll have a shower, we'll have a rattle for an hour, and then I'll come home. I can't do it anymore. And, you've got to be able to understand people before you start saying mental health means you should be in a nut house or asylum or something. Years and years ago, they probably would have put me in one. They probably would have put me in one for how I am. But now, society's a bit more understanding, and that's what we need. We need mental health awareness. Because as people know, I do Movember, where I grow the old tash and beard in November. Now, people think Movember is just about prostate cancer, but it isn't. It's about any condition that affects men. And yes, I'm saying men, I'm not being sexist, it is a male campaign. It is Movember. It is about male conditions. And one of the main contributory conditions is mental health, suicidal awareness. Because more men commit suicide than women. It's a strange fact. More men commit suicide than women. More men suffer with mental health problems than women. You know, and I'm not going by just saying this because I'm a man. I know this because I've looked it up. I've looked in all the facts and everything. And I'm a big, strong believer that men should be able to talk about the problems. They should be able to say to the mate, look, I know you want to talk about football, but I've got something I need to get off my chest. Will you listen to me? And if they can't, then that mate isn't a mate, really. You know, I mean, I've got mates, male and female, that I can talk to about anything. And they'll listen to me. They won't just shun me or treat me like I'm a leper. And that's what you need. And that's what's helped me to come to terms with my mental problems, my mental health problems. And I hope you can do the same and just be understanding for people. Because that's all we need, just a bit of understanding. We're only human beings like you. You don't need to put us in a category and put us in a leper category or something like that, or treat us as if you touch us, we'll break into pieces. We're not that fragile. Not if you get to know us really well. Anyway, I've done more talking about mental health awareness, but yeah, it is Mental Health Awareness Week, and I'm putting some numbers underneath. Well, at the end, actually, I'll put them at the end of my vlog. And if you need any help or anything, just contact these numbers. That's what they're there for. And just think, like I say, just think about people. Don't just assume. Anyway, bye for now. I'll speak to you later. Now, this week is Mental Health Awareness Week, as you can see from my earlier post. And I've decided to put 2 poems on the end. And they're both really about me. The first one is called Anxiety. And I'm going to read that one to you now. Do you want to know what it's like to suffer with anxiety? Take 5 minutes of your day and walk with me. Not too close though, I need my space. When you speak to me, speak to my face. Don't bring anyone with you though, crowds I don't do. I seem to be alright with just one person or two. Do not tell me that it's all in my mind. I can see you mean well and your intentions are kind. Trust me, if it was that easy I would take your advice. I've been there and I'm there now, and it isn't very nice. I wake each day and wonder what fear the day will hold. If a situation arises I can't control, it leaves me cold. I have to get out of there, but no exit can I see. So I retreat into my mind, a quiet place for me. I start to shake and I can hear a million voices now. I tell them to be quiet, but they won't listen anyhow. The thought of being somewhere that I am not familiar or don't know start small tendrils in my spine, with clawed fingers they grow. It's simple things you do each day that to me take all my energy. I don't like it when people come, they're invading my space, you see. Strangers hold 100 dreads more frightening than the last. I can't see a simple future, I'm still living in the past. Imagine being in a lift and there is nowhere you can go. Suddenly there's a power cut and the lift begins to slow. You're stuck between floors but can't get out on any. That's like having anxiety. The similarities, there are many. Only when you imagine it's not real, just a story, you can open your eyes and see reality, bask in the glory. I can't. And that poem, as well as the little stutter in the middle, is called Anxiety. I hope you enjoyed that one. Now this next poem, this last poem of mine, this deals with, I think we've all been there, where we've all got that person who said that they'll always be there for us no matter what we do. They'll always be there to support us, and then when you turn around they're not there. And this poem is simply called When I Am Down. You say you'll always be there, that we are family. When I need you, fading into the background, it's you I see. You tell me that I'm priceless, worth more than I feel inside. You were not there to help me, or dry the tears I cried. I see you smiling at me, yet when I turn you frown. If you are such a friend, why do you kick me when I'm down? You make promises you never keep, you use me for what you can get. If I place money on you being there, I would lose it all, I'll bet. No phone calls to ask how I am, do not reply when times are bad. I've always been the one to make you smile, you not being there makes me sad. I am a friend, a confidant, a fool and a clown. So I want to know how come you always kick me when I'm down. And like I say, a lot of people can relate to that, because a lot of people have got, somebody who's supposed to be there for them and they never are. Hope you have better luck than me. Bye for now. Hey up folks, I thought I was going to just do what I said and then end it with 2 poems, but some things have happened in the last couple of days that have really made me look at the situation to do with the lockdown and everything, and just made me laugh and cry and cringe and worry what the hell's going on. People are just ridiculous, to be honest with you. I think people are mad. I don't know what they're doing. I know people who've been tested and have got the virus, and yet they're still going out, even with the virus, because they say, oh well, it's been a couple of weeks since I last had the test, I'll be fine now. Rubbish. Rubbish, excuse me. This always happens, doesn't it, when I'm doing a vlog? It's actually my medication reminder, because I'm that bad at keeping time. I always forget my meds unless something reminds me. I'm terrible for keeping time with pills. But like I said, people are doing stupid things. And there's those that are having the entire families down because they think it's all over now. They think the worst behind us, everything's great, we can all go back to normal. I read today that Wetherspoons are on about opening over 500 branches. And I got thinking to myself, do they not realise that it doesn't end like that? If we go back to how things were 10 weeks ago, 9 weeks ago, we're going to be in the same situation. We're going to be back in lockdown. People are going to be panic buying toilet rolls again. And you've got to remember that this is not something that will just disappear overnight. It's going to take a long time. Our society is rushing back too quickly. We are doing stupid things. The worst thing the government said was that you can have unlimited exercise, because everybody took that to mean they could go out, get in the car, go down to the beach and do what they wanted. And that brings me on to another part of this. Now the beach, our beach in Blackpool, they showed you pictures about a week ago. The sea looked like you were in the Mediterranean. I've never seen such a blue sea in Blackpool. It was beautiful. The beach was completely empty. It was gorgeous, lovely golden sand and everything. A couple of days ago, the tourists descended because we had a really hot day. And the mess and the disgusting way that they left the beach was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing. I saw cartons, I saw wrappers, I saw empty bottles of pop, empty cans, all left for the tide to come in and take back out again. Now, I live in Blackpool, fair enough. And I'm not from Blackpool originally, I'm from Stoke-on-Trent. And I moved up to Blackpool many years ago. When I used to come up to Blackpool as a child with my parents, if I so much as dropped a lollipop stick on the beach, I got a thick ear. When we used to come up and we used to stay here for a fortnight, if we stayed here for a fortnight, we used to take the rubbish back and put it in the bins at wherever we were staying. We'd end up with bags full of crisp wrappers and chip packets and all sorts of stuff, but we'd take them with us. We never left anything on the beach. Because you look at the state of the beaches, go back 20 years and it shows you a picture of the beach after people have been on it. There's nothing on it. Because people used to take the rubbish. Now people are using an excuse that the bins were full. Well, if the bins are full, take it back with you. Take it back to wherever you're from. We don't want it. We don't want it in Blackpool. But now it looks really bad, you see, because a lot of this rubbish has gone back into the sea. And of course the people who live in Blackpool will get the blame. Even though the people in Blackpool probably only did about 1% of it. It's tourists. They come up here and they think because they're coming on holiday or because they're visiting, it doesn't matter how they treat it. They wouldn't do it in their own place because they've got live there, but they don't mind doing it here, you see, because they haven't got live here. They can go back home. They can leave a mess on the beach. Now, in the last 20 or 30 years, I've got really environmentally conscious. I care about the planet a lot more than I used to. I care about the plastic, the oceans, the deforestation. I care about all sorts of things to do with climate change. You know, I wouldn't say I'm a green freak and I go out all the time hugging trees and out like that. But I will do my utmost best to recycle everything we can. I make sure the plastics go in the plastics bin. The cardboard goes in the paper bin. And if I'm not sure, I'll find out on the internet which bin things go in. Because I don't like the idea of being responsible for the destruction of the planet. Now these people have come along and gone onto Blackpool Beach and thought, well, we'll leave this stuff here. But it's getting back into the sea. The sea is coming in, the tide is coming in, and it's taking all this plastic back into the ocean. So you are no worse than those people who are dumping tons of chemicals in the sea. You are adding to the destruction of the planet. And if you can hold your head up and you're proud of that fact, then you shouldn't be on the planet in the first place. Sorry, this is a big strong point for me. Because you can actually be disabled and be environmentally friendly and be conscious of the planet all at the same time. You don't have to be branded as a certain thing. I absolutely love this planet. I've seen some beautiful sights on this planet in my time, and I've not even left this country yet. God knows what it'll be like when I go abroad. I'll be fascinated by it all. And I think it's got some really beautiful places. But you know the one thing that spoils this planet? People. People spoil the planet. If aliens came down and found this planet with nobody on it whatsoever, it would be a beautiful planet. But if they came down and they saw the destruction and the stuff that we do to this planet, they'd just sit back and say, well, you're destroying it anyway, we'll just sit back and wait till you're finished. I just think people are absolutely selfish as hell. It's all about what they can do, what they can get for themselves. This world is a horrible, horrible place. I'm sorry, it really is. It really is. Certain people make me really proud and happy to be, you know, a human being, etc. And other people make me disgusted and think that we can't be that far from evolving from cavemen, some of us. Some of us don't even look like we have evolved from cavemen. We look like we're still there. Drag your knuckles in the dirt. Leave your rubbish everywhere. It doesn't matter. Sorry, I had to get that out because it was bugging me. It was really getting on my nerves how people are just, one, going back to normal and thinking that everything's all okay now because not as many people are dying. That means nothing. And those people who were just saying, well, it doesn't matter, the rules don't really apply to me as long as I do this and I do that. But it doesn't work that way. I mean, you could have a person who's got the virus, right? They've got the virus. Let's say they've been tested and they've got the virus, and they say, oh, I feel all right after a few days, I'll go for a walk. I'll go for a nice walk. I don't see anybody, so I'll just go for a nice walk. It doesn't matter whether you see anybody. It doesn't matter whether, if you have got that virus, until you've done the 14-day quarantine, and you know that you've done the 14-day quarantine, then I'm sorry, as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't step out the door. Because I'm not bothered. If you've got it, fair enough. You know you've got it. But how many people are you going to pass it on to before you realise how stupid you are and what a stupid, idiotic thing you're doing? I give up on people. Anyway, bye for now.